Hello, and welcome to this second session of Fallout 2D20. My name is Lowell, pronouns he, him, and I make a special point to mention that because I got a comment from someone last time who resented the fact that we stated our pronouns. So I want to state those vigorously today because I'll enjoy that. I'm going to take a slug of your tasty tears, and then we'll move on. Last time we did the session 0 and character setup for the events. What we're going to do today is we're going to have our players quickly go through, the elevator pitch of who they are. Then we're going to bring in Dennis's character. He'll get a chance to pitch who he is. And then we'll kind of go over the setup of events. Again, I'll remind you that we have a layered set of tools that we're using. We do have lines and veils. Right now we have hard lines on torture by the PCs and sexual violence. We have veils on mind control, dental horror, and sex. We also have a romance matrix as well. We are using the open door policy as well as the X card. Those tools are in effect on the table. Dennis, I know you're familiar with all of these tools. Just wanted to check and make sure. So those things are all out there. Again, the lines and veils are a living document. So if there is something that comes up that we haven't added to that, feel free to put that in there. And again, the X card is also a good way to do a kind of an interrupt to establish something as a line or a veil. We are going to look at our existing characters, get them presented briefly. Last time, Rich was in the hot seat as first player, so I move over one. Jason, give us the elevator pitch on who Cole Henry is.
Alrighty. I am Jason. I use he, him, and my character is Cole Henry, who also uses he, him. He is Kurt Russell, and that pretty much covers it, really.
Okay.
He's a wasteland merc. He's wandered the wastelands for years. He had some tragedy in his background, lost his family. He has come to Vault 44. They give him shelter in return. I think he's sort of a scout slash kind of helps people understand the way the wasteland really works, maybe a little bit like a sheriff sort of. And he's really good at shooting. He's really good at sneaking. He's a pretty good talker. And I took the upgrade intense training, which allows you to increase your special by 1, and I increased my agility to 9.
Okay.
So I make a point of that because that does push me to 2 defense. So I'm a little harder to hit whenever.
Excellent. That's a smart play there. Just remind me when we do it to combat, because mentally I'll be like, okay, everything's a 1. So just remind me when we go to there. Anything else we need to do? You get the equipment, all that. All right, let's move on to Vicky Fizz Trent.
Hi, my name is Will, pronouns he, him. Vicky's pronouns are she, her. And Vicky, or Fizz, as she is more commonly referred to, is a physio, a member of the sort of, I don't know, like almost kind of like the clerical, judicial kind of staff of Vault 44, those who watch over the athletes and ensure. And she's quite passionate about Electrovic. She's believes in pushing the limits of nutritional science and bringing that to the wasteland. Nuka-Cola hasn't got anything on Electrovic. It's overrated. It's too mainstream, frankly. Yeah. And she is, as we saw in the last thing, pretty terrible at everything from the looks of it. So, yeah, apart from medicine, she's really good at that.
Have you thought about what you want to buy for your perk?
No, because I wasn't sure how we were going to do level up. Okay. But I will quickly choose that this session.
Choose that on the fly. You don't have to choose until it comes into play. You're more than welcome to do that. I think you were as upset as anyone about the change in Electrovic's status within Vault 44. But the other person who was upset about it is Hype.
Hello. My name is Rich, and I use the pronouns of he and him. My character, Hype, also uses the pronouns of he and him. Character that I find interesting because I know a very little bit about Fallout, but I found this picture of someone doing Fallout cosplay, and I'm like, hey, wasn't there like a war against the Chinese? How would it be for someone in a Fallout shelter who appears Asian? He's Japanese, he's not Chinese, but so I thought that was a really interesting idea to explore within this Fallout shelter. He is an extremely good athlete. I mean, he doesn't have like a 2 defense or a 12 whatever, but otherwise he's really good at stuff that's athletic. And I found while I thought throwing was kind of a dump skill, I'm pretty great at it. So Hype throws a lot of stuff at people, including tomahawks, which is mother painted with the red dragon for his team,
which you recovered after the
Darn
fight
straight.
last time.
Gosh, mom would be really cheesed off, guys.
I will point out that we have on the NPC tab some pictures of some people, including your sister Keiko and your rival Tempo and Coach. I've added those in. So with that in mind, with that character, those characters in mind, Dennis, tell us who your character is. Tell us about what their picks are, how you're imagining them.
Well, my name is Dennis, he, him, and I am playing Derek Longman, also he, him. Longman really isn't his last name. That's just the name he picked up back in his original settlement because I took the trait of small frame for him. So he's actually a little guy. Longman is considered to be a joke. Because he is a small frame, he was able to get into a lot of places that other people couldn't. So he's gotten good at lockpicking and sneaking around and scavenging, and he's got skills in repair and science. So but breaking into too many places doesn't really endear you to the place you've been in for a long time. So he's set off on the road. He's been wandering around to various settlements doing minor repairs and helping them get artifacts working and even doing a little bit of medicine on the side. But he always just wanders on someplace after a while. His only companion is his faithful dog, Dogmeat. And sometimes he gets worried that Dogmeat might have gotten hurt or run off or something, but Dogmeat always shows back up in a day or two. He's always fine. So we always have Dogmeat. Anyway, he has come to Vault 44. He's been working with them on, he heard they had some problems with some bottling machinery or something. And hey, I scavenged a Nuka-Cola plant for a while. How different can it be?
Yeah, I like that. So one of the conceptions is that Vault 44 is kind of, it's in a valley. It's kind of a little bit hidden away. You have to go up a ways. It kind of keeps itself secret, but it has a pool of some wastelanders and stuff that are trusted, like yourself, like Cole, who come back and forth. Cole certainly valuable skills as scout, you as a technician, and I think you probably would have been part of the group that were looking at the Electrovic machinery and found that like a core piece of the refining processor had shattered beyond repair, beyond fabrication, which has led us to the situation that we're in. So we're going to assume that you know the others in the group, you're familiar with them, you've been here for a while. What does Dogmeat look like? Is it a classic German Shepherd or is it something else?
No, it's the original. It's the Australian cattle dog.
Okay. All right.
We're all the way to what?
All right. So what happened last time, the group had returned back after their little fracas out in the wasteland, and we're told about this breakdown of the Electrovic processor, and also told by Coach a secret that had been held back by the long line of coaches of the existence of a rival Electrovic vault, Vault 33, which practices, as mentioned earlier, the heretical and fallen game of basketball. Just a terrible place. But they likely have a processor unit, maybe even a spare. But our group has been tasked to head out, locate this vault, and see what they can do about retrieving it. And Coach is very vague about how you should obtain it. But certainly you can tell that the coach believes that this is going to be a clash of titans here, a real scrum. And that's where we sort of take up today. I'm going to kind of hard frame your choices of direction. And then I want to give a chance for us to do maybe a scene in the vault of your life, who you interact with, that kind of thing. We establish some NPCs, that kind of stuff. Coach, we kind of did a hard cut at the end of last episode. We now cut to a room, the planning room, lots of whiteboards with drawings of plays on them and that kind of thing. Stats on the side, like all the statisticians are here consulting, but there's a map that's laid out, and Coach looks at the four of you. Derek, you would have been brought on because they're going to need somebody who knows about the device itself to confirm that it works and to extricate it. And Coach says, we have two leads, two possibilities that we're going to put in front of you, but I'm going to leave it to you to choose which way you want to go. On the one hand, you might head to the settlement of Newfie and inquire about Vault 33 there. It might be some connections. We'd heard some rumors earlier that there was some tie or closeness from Newfie to Vault 33. Advantages. This is a known settlement. You got a pretty broad base of people to talk to. And also it's a chance to resupply after you travel. There are some negatives to this. It's a fairly long trip in comparison to the other option I'm going to give you. We don't know whether the info is there or not. You also might be some awkward questions from people about that, and we don't want too much to get out about Vault 44. As well, we have heard that the route to Newfie has been troubled of late, and there have been some attacks on caravans there. We certainly heard that from Hammer Joe, the broadcaster, has been talking about that. Says that it's dangerous and people ought to be careful heading along. So that's one possibility. The other possibility is there is a set of ruins that are closer than Newfie, a place called Rut. There is supposedly a person from Vault 33. I don't know if it's an exile or what, by the name of Bird. And if he has been kicked out or left or whatever, he may have knowledge on how to get into Vault 33 specifically, if he's there. It's a shorter trip. Person, if he's alive, is like more likely to have information, and it also avoids awkward questions. The cons, it's a set of ruins that has its own dangers. We're not 100% sure that this bird exists. And also, these are a set of ruins that we know that there is a gang that has control over the area called the Red Knights. Now, we will supply all of you with what we've been able to scrape together of our free and liquid cash, and we will give you 50 bottle caps, and we can supply each of you with an additional 8 rounds of ammunition for any of your guns. But things are strapped right now, and we've got to keep other things around, and like the supplies of Electrovic, they're tight. We may have to go to the back stores where some of the experimental flavors are. The ratings on those are not great, but it will keep us alive.
The rhubarb and blueberry flavor, sir? Really? Has it come that bad?
Yeah. You've never tasted it. You have no idea. No idea. There's also the one that has little gelatin beads in it.
Bubblevic.
Well, Bubblevic is. Yeah, got to close your eyes and pinch your nose when you drink that. But those are failures such that Electrovic could stride forward like a giant across a landscape of sports beverages. All hail Electrovic. And so we've got to keep that in mind, and we've got to get this processor back together. Are all of you with me?
We're with you, Coach.
All right. All right.
I like to imagine that Cole is just like slight little nod, barely moving his head.
Yes, we'll hit the target and the dominoes will fall like a touchdown.
Yes. Yes. Very, very good. Close. Yes. Very good. So if you want to resupply, get yourselves ready. I know you may have people that you want to talk to before you head out on this. And perhaps you want to consult amongst yourselves, huddle up, and talk about the play. I will leave you to it. And essentially they will head out and leave the 4 of you to discuss which route you would like to take.
Is this stuff mapped, or is it just this way, that way, pointing hands?
This is a map in the most vaguest sense.
Sure.
Just for
Thanks
purposes
to
of
Cole
this.
and Longman.
And I think that both Cole and Longman do kind of know the routes generally, so they will be able to lead you in that way.
So, I mean, the closer we are to the net, the easier it is to score a goal, right? Rut's right there. We'd have to go kind of past Rut to get to New Fee. And if there's someone from 33 there, then that's a sure thing, right? If they're there. Whereas New Fee's just, it's kind of a hope where no one can ask us any questions in Rut apart from these Red Knights, and hopefully we won't see them.
Well, I think you guys, Hype and Fizz, you might benefit from seeing a wasteland town, see the way things really are out there. It's a little farther, but I think it would do you well to get that experience.
Also, as a town, this one guy, bird or gal, do we know?
Not sure.
Okay. This one person then at might be from 33, might be there, might not be there. I know raiders and that sort of thing like to hang out in ruins. I'd rather go to some place that counts as civilization, you know, where I only have to worry about being shaken down by the city guard when I come in. But, you know, that's just bottle caps. I'm not blood.
I mean, there are raiders en route to Newfie. I'm sure we
The
can take
raiders
care
can
of
meet
them.
at anything.
Yeah.
I just don't want to meet them in their home.
Hey, is that where Keiko is? Hype?
Well, I think that was the last place that she wrote me from, Newfie. So we'll be fine. Newfie's great.
Well, okay. Newfie is then, I guess.
Why I gotta tell you, Fizz, I kind of like the play where we hit one and then go to the other, because what if Bird points us somewhere completely different? Sure, we got a whole different team to deal with, but red knights, red dragons, dragons eat knights. See, it's
It's true.
easy.
Simple.
We
Yeah.
don't want to be wandering in the wasteland, though. Whichever direction we go, we should stick with it, because going back and forth, that's just more danger.
Meta conversation wise, should we just cast our votes in favor of it outside of character?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that.
Yeah.
And Rich will go whichever way. But yeah, let's cast votes. This sounds fine.
Okay.
There's four of us though, so it could be it looks like a tie. It's what out of
Well,
character.
I'm hearing two voices for Newfie, and I'm actually pretty ambivalent, to be honest with you. It's
If you're ambivalent,
as
so
a
I
player.
guess it's 2 versus 1. I was 1 for Rut, but
Yeah. I mean, as a player, I want to see a settlement, and I also want to. But as a character, it's more like, you know, a 33 like a 33 exile is more of a solid lead than a general settlement that you'd ask around questions, right? But I would be interested in both things as a player, so I would. And also, we can't do both because of time. You know.
I was thinking, Will, also, you said last time for wishes that you wanted to do like the buying and selling, the trading kind of part of the game. So
Yeah.
the town might be better for that. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I'd vote Newfie.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, to make it simple, I'll vote Newfie as well. And Rich, you are now in the minority.
And
Democracy.
Keiko is definitely, that was the last place that she wrote you from. We'll establish that as
I like that. I
a
appreciate
fact
it.
for play.
I will point out that the two of us who are familiar with the wasteland are both saying to go to the.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe, you know, this is why you vault dwellers are asking not for our help.
or maybe I make my own decisions, but I'll go with the majority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like this. I like that there's a little back and forth pull, but eventual decision. And I think hype. Does it feel like, even though maybe that the other play is better, it is your sister's presence that breaks that for you?
It's sister, and also when Fizz waffles, he gives up. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. But if we blow it, if it's a bad play at Newfie, then we circle back to Rut. Yeah,
Sure,
of course.
Sure, Hype. Yeah, but you know, I suppose we got to listen to our, you know, our own coaches here, right? Like we these guys, they know the wasteland, they know the plays out there, they know the tactics, they know the strategies, they know the field.
And we might be able to pick up some equipment there too.
Okay, my tomahawks did fine, but whatever you say.
So let's do like a once around check in with each of you, like what you're doing in the vault, like get a slice of who you are to get set.
50 bottle caps.
Split
Each.
amongst
Split
the
among ourselves.
Yes.
Okay. I'm happy to take the smaller portion. So if you guys want to take, what would it be?
I'm loaded. I've got 10 guys. Don't worry.
I'm too tired to do maths, even basic maths.
Why don't we,
12.50
it'd be
each. So
12, yeah, 12 and a half each. So
Yeah.
we cut a couple caps in half.
Well, it is
Can't cut
Nuka-Cola. Who
caps and
cares?
yeah. You've got those 50. You can add 8 bullets on to any of your guns as well. So Cole, this is probably been a while since you've gone out on a longish journey like this. What do we see you doing in prep? Maybe who do you talk to, or like what does your bunk look like? What do we see there?
I think we see me, I've got my satchel, maybe it's like a saddlebag kind of looking thing. And I pull out a bottle of what was it? Tangerine Dream, we decided was the real
Yeah.
good stuff. And I'm sitting with Hal and we're on the bleachers, we're watching a baseball game. And I say to Hal, who's like, I think we established he's sort of like another wasteland, maybe like an orphan,
Yeah.
who's, sheltered here. And I say, Hal, I got to go out, into the waste. These people, they're good people. I think they mean well. They're green as grass though. And I don't know how well we're going to do, but if I don't come back, I've got a secret stash underneath. See that big rock over there? If you dig down a foot or two, you'll find my stash. If things go bad, you don't see me, you take it and you take care of yourself. All right.
I mean, I'm still an outsider here. I know you brought me in and I've been here for a while, but I'm not like these vault kids. I mean, they keep having to explain this offsides rule, and I don't get it. I just don't. I just don't know. I mean, I don't.
Nobody understands offsides. Just fake it.
Okay. But I mean, if you're gone, do you think, if you don't come back, do you think they'll kick me out?
No, just talk in sports terms. Just spew it out, and they'll take you in. I
Okay.
think that's all they think about.
What if the Electrovic doesn't come back?
It's just sugary water. They have plenty of water. You guys will be fine.
That's not what I understand. Apparently, all of their bio stuff, green place, and some of the biologicals for the older people. What I hear is if it goes down, they're gonna have to leave.
You say, in that stash, I've got a map, and there, there's some towns nearby. Head there, mention my name. I know some folks. That's your best bet. Sorry, I don't have the answers, but it's a rough place out there.
Let's have you make a speech roll here.
Okay. Let me get the roller up.
I think you're got a speech of 5, and it's one of your tag skills. And I think your charisma is a 7, so that's a 12 or less.
Alrighty. You know what? As I get this started, I'll give you a AP and I'll get an extra die.
Okay.
So I get 3 20s, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. What's that? 2?
2 successes, which is what you need. You reassure him he's willing to stay. He's not going to cause trouble. He's not going to try and follow you or anything. You get him, you can tell that he listens to what you have to say. And as much kind of affection as you show, kind of patting each other on the shoulder. I think that's what we see there at that point. Vicky, what about for you? What do we see of you here?
I would like to go find Traveling Paul, our merchant, if he's in. and see if I can pawn the pipe gun that I retrieved off the dead body last session.
Ah, fizz, fizz, fizz. How are
Paul.
you?
And you know, she says, and like as he asks that, it's like she feels worse than she's ever been because the Electrovic might be, you know, like, oh, I'm great, Paul. I'm great, but we got a very important job coming up for the vault, and I was really hoping that, you know, I could ask you for a few pointers out there. You've been everywhere, right? You're traveling Paul.
Ah, lots of places, lots of places. There's some places that don't like me.
Don't like
You
you?
know, some people don't like Traveling Paul. Some people don't. It's not great, but most people do, because Traveling Paul's a pretty good dude.
Yeah, and you always have all the best stuff.
That is very true. That is very true. I am awesome in a lot of ways. Yeah, I appreciate that you understand that.
I think we have an understanding, Paul. 100%.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I was wondering if I could trade this. And she pulls out the pipe gun.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that shitty pipe gun you brought me.
I know, it's real shitty, right?
Yeah.
But it's worth something to somebody because it kills people.
That is certainly true.
It's probably not worth the whole thing, but you don't have any jet, do you, Paul? We could do with some you know, some unorthodox supplements, I think, to help really get, I mean, jet, or maybe a bit of buff out. If I tell Hype that it's part of his nutrition regime, then wow, the things that that boy could do.
Let's have you make a charisma plus barter roll.
Okay, so I have 1 in barter and 6 in charisma. Let me get the dice roller up. That'd be 7 then that I've got to hit, right?
Yeah.
Or below.
You want to buy an extra die with an AP?
We've got 4 AP still left in the pool from last time because I kept it over.
Or
Oh,
you could,
okay.
give Lowell an AP and get one too that way.
No, I'll do that. And I will, because I was contemplating this perk, I will take cautious nature
Okay.
as my perk. So whenever I attempt a skill test and I buy one of my d20s by spending action points, or I may reroll 1d20 on that test.
Okay. So we go to 3 on action points.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see your roll.
Oh, there we go.
That's
6 and a 7.
2 successes. Do you want to re-roll that 19 as well? In case you get an
Why
extra
not, right?
success.
It's just a free reroll, isn't it? So why not?
Yeah.
Oh, and I did get an extra. That's 3 successes. I think that's the best. I mean, that's definitely the best roll I've done because I think I've got
Oh
more.
yeah, after last time.
Success and everything. Yeah. Even when I hit, it was like, he's got armor. Your pistol does nothing.
Let me
So
look
3
at
successes.
let me look at the chem stuff here real quick. He's like, like I want to keep this place alive. You know, I'm certainly, that's important to me as well. It's not like I don't have some affection for this place.
This place has so much affection for you, Paul. I mean, you know, if we the Electrovic, it could do wonders for your complexion.
I do happen to have 1 dose of jet.
Well, I mean, I know it's not in the rule book, but you know, winning takes everything.
Yeah. Here's what I do. Hand you the jet. Look around. They've got these like little label stickers for Electrovic for the company. Just peel one of those off and put it on the bottle. That's how I've done some things. Just to, you know.
She thinks back to all the things that she's bought off Paul with the Electrovic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is Electrovic based. Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, it's an Electrovic authentic Nuka-Cola bottle, like the crossover collaboration, right? Like, strange how it just tasted like Nuka-Cola. Yeah. Cool. I will get rid of my pipe gun.
Okay.
Does it cost me any more bottle caps on top of that?
Yeah, we'll I think this feels like a good barter here. He's being generous.
Okay. Thank you very much. So I have one portion of Jet. So Bok, you ever been to a place called Newfie?
It's not a bad town. They're okay to ghouls there. I know they've got some ghouls that live out of there and do okay.
Oh, well,
If
that's
you're
something, I
going
guess.
there and you happen to talk to the ghouls, there is a guy named Rat Franklin.
That's a great name.
Yeah, he'll do well by you if you mention my name. He doesn't hate me.
And the rest of the town of Newfie, do they hate you?
I wouldn't like if you go to the saloon, I wouldn't say, hey, Traveling Paul sent me.
Got you, Paul. It's a exclusive endorsement from Rat Franklin.
Exactly. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm perfectly happy with the trade. And
Okay.
I will immediately, the next scene is of me scratching off an electrovic sticker from
Okay.
something and carefully applying it to the Jet container.
Absolutely. What does Jet look like? Like in the container, is it black? Is it some other color?
I believe Jet is like an asthma inhaler.
Okay. So we got that. Oh yeah, that's right. Like a little bottle
Yeah.
there. Okay.
And obviously Rich is the player, but I feel like Fizz is totally like the doping sports coach who would be like, you just need to take this supplement to make you stronger, faster, better. It's all above board, everything,
Yeah.
right? Like
I'm totally the Dolph Lundgren in Rocky.
yeah.
I will break you.
Nice. Then let's come to Hype.
You bet.
What do we see for you?
I think we see Hype at one point standing in front of the trophy wall, looking at some pictures of his old teams, people he's played on from like young little Tyke Hype, pre-Hype days. He was just the Tanaka boy, and he looks at the ribbons and the trophies that have all been handed out, and I think they just cycle through, right? It's been hundreds of years, so this person's dead, but we'll like rip that thing on. There's one person who just makes things to go on the trophies, but
Absolutely.
He looks at everything behind glass, and then maybe he is at a gym just watching some people play this volleyball thing, and then he goes back into the forbidden sports lore to the restricted area that talks about basketball, and he flips out a little idiot's guide to basketball book that he throws in his pack, if that's okay.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Study up on basketball and try to understand what's wrong with these 33 idiots. But he's definitely, before he leaves, he has to see his parents. That's the most important thing for him to make sure he says goodbye to them and let them know we're going to Newfie. So yeah, mom, dad.
Mom is in tears. Mom is in just like, she is weeping, and your father
Mom,
is like, oh,
Mom, you can write a letter. You can write a letter to Keiko. I'll take it to her, and then whatever she has to say back, I'll bring back when I come back.
Oh, will you come back? Keiko said she was coming back, but will you come back? And we lose both our daughter and our son, and then there's no more of us here.
We have to. It's a secret mission from Coach.
No, you don't have to. They have to. You should stay here.
I can't. I mean, they put me in. Coach put me into play. I got to go. There's a couple of outsiders. They don't even know anything from anything.
You
Need my
come
help.
from a line of fixers. You could still turn your life around. You could, we
Mom, we
could
talked
take
about
you to
this.
the Vok
I'm an
Ed
athlete.
Center, and what are you going to do when you get old? There's lots of people who come-
endorsements like everybody else.
If you think you're going to be first rank A team,
Yes, I do. And this will help. This will help all of us.
you're going to get poisoned or shot or stabbed or injured, and then you're going to come back.
I got
and-
Fizz with me. We're gonna be fine. She keeps me tip top. Right, Dad?
I don't trust that Fizz.
What don't you trust about Fizz, Mom? She's great.
And she'll get quiet. It does. Never mind.
The little
Just-
doubt plays across Hype's
Yeah.
face for a moment, but he pushes it aside.
You promise your mother and I that you will come back. You will not abandon us.
I promise. I won't abandon you.
Okay.
And when I get back, who knows? Maybe maybe I talk to one of the cheerleaders and things will happen and you can have a fixer kid. And I'll just keep
you
being an
settle
athlete.
down. Yes, you have babies, and we'll take care of them. And we won't put notions in their head this time. And it'll be good.
Good.
Your dad kind of stops and goes, we couldn't bear it if we lost you too.
I understand. I'm not going anywhere, Dad. Just out and back.
Okay. I will write a note for Keiko.
Good. I'll make sure she gets it.
And they will do that. And I think when you get up in the morning, your clothes have been pressed and cleaned and
Nice.
everything. Your uniform has been laid out and
How about my
everything's-
Raider armor? Did Mom clean up my Raider armor?
Oh
and
yeah,
put
she
Red
like
Dragons
wiped
on
it all down as best she
Nice.
could. It's
Oh,
still
good
got
stuff.
streaks on it from the cleanser, but
Okay, I like that. Cleanser streaks are okay.
probably tried to like paint parts of it red.
Nice.
But they don't say anything when you leave. They, as you kind of get together, like, okay, got to go to work, and then they head off.
He'll like hesitate for a little bit. He's not shocked by it, but still, it's a little bit. But then he'll head out and go try to find his crew.
Excellent.
His team.
Derek, what about you? What do we see of you here in the vault?
Well, I'm still the new person here, so I'm probably still getting some looks and that sort of thing from people. And probably dog meat gets more looks than I do, because I suspect the animal count inside a vault is pretty low.
Yeah, they don't have any. The only thing they have is there are like probably at least one canine mascot that they have a little outfit for, but it's like a big bulldog, and it's quite worn and threadbare and patched. So seeing an actual dog, they may not even realize that those are the same thing.
But, and of course, dog meat is not used to being cooped up inside a lot. So I'm probably spending a lot of time down in the arboretum or wherever with him, just playing with him.
Yeah, they've got a fairly substantial hydroponics and greenhouse kind of place there. As you are kind of playing with dog meat, you'll hear a cough, and you'll see Coach is there.
What's up, Coach?
Just wanted to talk to you, Derek, before you and the others headed out. I know you've only been here a little while, but I really hope that that you can handle this responsibility that we put on your shoulders.
Coach, I have a teammate, and I'll point at Dog Meat,
Mhm.
and we take care of each other. We've been taking care of each other for a long time. Now I'm on a bigger team, but I know how to take care of a team because we have to work together. I trust your people. I know you're sending us your best, and I know it's going to be hard on them out there. That's why you've got me and Cole. Jason. That's why you've got us out there. We're gonna bring your boys back, your boy and your girl back, and then they won't be on the third string anymore. You won't have to keep them on the bench anymore. You can bring them out with, you bring them out with your big plays.
If you do this, if you succeed, there's already a place here for you, but I will make sure that you and Cole are treated right for as long as I'm in charge. If you can do this.
I appreciate your faith in me, Coach. I won't let you down.
As he says, I talked to the folks down in the commissary, and they chopped up some extra biomass, cubed it up, dried it up a little, and she'll hand you a package. So this is for your pal.
Great. I appreciate that, Coach.
All right. Good talk. Good talk. And she will.
The real Dog Meat is right here.
Yes. Nice. And she will walk away. And I think that there's the montage the next day of the four of you gathering together, the close-ups on the equipment, the belts, everything getting set, and then heading up the elevator that goes up to the main hall. Coach and a couple other people are with you, and she will gesture to the gatekeeper, and they'll work the levers, and there's that big rolling sound as the door slowly opens and we get the light comes in on the four of you, and then it has to be wide enough so that the four of you can walk shoulder to shoulder out into the wilderness before we get the title card drop there. And we're going to take our first break here. We're going to take 10, and then we'll come back and we'll be on the road. So we see the four of you heading out onto the road, traveling out. This is a route that you have a map for, that is a little bit longer. So there probably a couple of days worth of journeying on foot here, but heading along relatively well-established routes. So let's do this to start. Let's have a survival roll from everyone, kind of to check to see if there are any issues and any complications on this sort of first leg of this. Survival is survival plus endurance. And I think we're going to say difficulty, at least on this first leg, close to camp, with guides, all of that, we say difficulty of 1.
Survival plus what again?
Endurance.
Endurance, okay.
And I'm sorry because I missed the first session. Do we have a die roller?
Yeah, it's on the Lines and Veils tab.
Lines and Veils tab.
7.
I'll also drop it in the chat too.
Difficulty 2 is that what you said?
Difficulty 1.
1, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there it is. Now I see it.
You know what, Lowell, I'm gonna give you another AP.
Okay.
I'm gonna get 3 dice. Here I go. I need a 7 or less.
Okay.
Ooh, I got, 1s are always a double, right?
Always a double.
So that's 3. I'm good. And I can give us oh no, I can give us 2, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and we have a maximum of 6 in our pool.
That is correct.
All right. Lowell, can I also establish that I give like Hype and Fizz like some ragged cloaks to cover up their Vault 44 suits in case we run into, Wastelanders?
Yeah, that they're not particularly great, but
Mhm.
at a distance, at first glance, it will not be obvious.
So for what it's worth, I think I'm going to keep the vault suit on as we travel because it offers some protection against radiation, but I am going to change into my lab coat for when we get to
Oh,
because my lab coat is a thing that I started with thanks to my tag skills, and it allows me to re-roll a int space skill test once per scene.
oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So let's have you roll, Fizz, your survival plus endurance. You are muted.
So I accidentally rolled 1, but I got a 3.
Got a 3. So that's all you needed. You got a success there. And you're able to keep going. Hideki.
Oh man, Hype is not really loving this cloak. It doesn't go like, why would we hide? But okay, it's why we rely on you, coach. I mean, you're like an assistant coach, kind of, and that's great. I do think he is also going to rely on that extra survival that Cole, and I'm going to burn one of those action points.
Okay.
I just don't feel lucky, punks. And I am looking for 7s or less for these 3 dice. I am going to re-roll the pink dice, the 19, the 14, and the 3. And 2 dice disappeared on me.
Looks like you got 16, 9, and 4. So you got a success, which is all you needed.
Okay, great. I have no idea where those other 2 dice went. But thank you.
They're on the far right-hand side of my screen.
Oh, I see them now.
Yeah.
Yep. I had to expand my window. There we go. I'm moving them back. 1 success. Yay. I barely make it.
Yeah, no, but that's competency. You're able to get by. You're not pointing out water supplies or finding anything extra, but you are able to march the long haul, get your way up any heights, and ration your water and all that. Derek, let's have you roll.
Okay. Perception is 7, survival is 2, so that's 9.
Endurance.
Oh, endurance.
Yeah.
Why did I hear perception? Endurance is 6.
Okay.
So I need an 8. 2d20, a 9, and a 15.
9 and a 15. Does Dogbeat give you any bonuses to your survival checks?
That is a good question.
Doesn't look like it's built in for that.
Keen senses, attack dog, and companion. He gives me a bonus on perception test.
Okay.
But not survival. Does my wanderer's garb do anything for me?
Let me check. That's a good question. Let me check the equipment stuff.
Or the drifter's outfit?
Drifter's outfit. Let's see.
What
our power armor
doesn't say that I'm seeing.
It just gives you damage resistance.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh well.
So what do you think? What do you think? Actually, let me save that. We'll do it this way. So the 4 of you are traveling along, and you come to a roadway. There's wreckage, ruins, things like that around the outside of that. And I think it seems reasonable, if I may, that Derek, Cole, you move a little bit out to kind of check the perimeters and make sure there's nobody hiding in the ruins and things like that. And you're a little ways away from the group, Derek, when you will hear a voice shout at you from a little ways away, says, "Oh, for God's sakes, don't move, don't move, don't move." What do you do?
I will stop moving and then look around to see what I can find.
And I think you three on the road in the distance can hear a voice and recognize that it's not Derek's voice, like shouting. And you will see, you kind of look up, and maybe a couple buildings away, you will see this guy, this wastelander, armor, rags. He's up on a wall. You can see that he's got this enormous long pole with a hoop and cloth at the end of it. And he says, just hang on, just hang on. And as he says that, you will see out of the wreckage around you, out of the rubble, you will see these things start to lift up off the ground. They're spheres, kind of semi-transparent, opaque, kind of milky white, with these dangling tentacles. And you will see 4 of these things rise up out of the rubble around you. And Dogmeat does not like this at all.
Well, Dogmeat's not the only one who doesn't like this.
So let me check with the others, and then let me come back to you.
Okay.
Cole, Fizz, Hype, you've heard this shout, and then kind of a little bit quiet after that. What do you 3 of you do? Cole?
When they yelled like stop, don't freeze, was it clear that it wasn't meant for us, that it was meant for
Yeah,
Derek?
I think
or
it's
somebody?
far enough out. You look around, you
Yeah.
don't see Derek. Clearly somebody's shouting at Derek. I think that's reasonable.
I think you mentioned there was some rubble or ruin and what around. I'm gonna try to climb to the highest vantage point I can find and start scanning around, see what the danger is.
Let's have you roll sneak here.
Okay.
I think your main intent is to like not be spotted. I think getting up to a vantage point is probably no challenge, but the not being spotted is a little bit more.
Is it daytime?
It is.
Okay, so I can't use my ghost. That's why
Correct.
I asked. Okay, so sneak is 4 + 9, 13.
Look at you.
What's the challenge level?
I think because there's a particular, I think it's 1 for him and 2 for the other people.
Okay, I'll go ahead and burn a AP then and get
Okay.
an extra die.
Okay.
So 3 dice. I'll do the 3 purplish red dice. So it's 2, 3, 4 successes.
Is that a tag skill for you?
Yeah. Yeah, 4 + 9 is 13. So I got 2, 3, 4. Yep. So I needed 3, or I needed 2. So I'll put 2 back in the pool.
Okay. Yeah. Hype, Fizz, you see Cole kind of, and he's like a ghost up onto a nearby, like higher ledge of one of these ruined buildings to kind of look over at that area. Let me get what Fizz and Hype are doing, and then I'll describe what you're seeing, Cole.
We should really get him on the free climbing team.
That's pretty impressive for an old guy.
Yeah, and without any electrovic even. He must really be taking his electrolytes from somewhere.
Must be.
Anyway, do you like? Do you think Derek's in trouble? We should go help, right?
Yes, we should go help. Absolutely. Let's follow Cole if we can find him again.
I don't think I can climb that.
Do you want to?
I'll go
No, no.
jogging this. I'll catch up with Derek.
Oh, well, I'll stick with you then, Fizz. Let's go.
Here's the question: Fizz, Hype, are the 2 of you trying to be quiet or sneaky about this?
I'm looking at my 0 in sneak and thinking I'm probably not, to be fair. But I don't think that would preclude
Right.
Hype perhaps taking a better, more cautious tactical route, because he's got that killer instinct, spotting.
Yeah. And Hype does have 2 in sneak, so he
I
knows what he's
do.
doing.
I'll lead us to sneak around to try to get back to Derek
Okay.
Longman.
So then that's sneak plus agility.
Okay. I am gonna burn one of the. We're so close to the max that I feel like. Know what? Question: will Fizz need to roll?
No, if you
Okay,
get
then
more
I'll
than one
definitely.
success, then you'll cover Fizz.
Okay, I'll use an action point, and I'm rolling I'll expand the window because one of the d20s moved around, or someone got rid of it. Wow, somebody get rid of a purple d20.
Aw,
Huh.
you can
Dang
make
it.
another one.
I don't know about that. It feels like a lot. I'm gonna roll the 3. Oh, well, it just magically appeared, so I guess I have to use it now. All right, the 11, 3, and 9 reroll. I'm looking for 10s. That is terrible. I will
Would
burn
you
a
like-
luck.
I was about to say.
I'll burn a luck, and surely nothing will be that bad. Come on, 3 20s.
Look at that. There you go. 2 successes.
That is not a tag skill for me. So
No.
2 successes, which means I get. I don't know how many I needed,
Yeah.
so I don't know if I get.
I think that's enough to get you and Fizz into position. This is what, again, Cole, from your vantage point up above, probably have a little bit of better view and certainly a better shooting view. Fizz and Hype, you may not see the guy, but you'll, as you come around and through this barrier, like a picture, a broken section of wall and a big window thing, you'll see Derek and Dogmeat standing there, and these 4, like 2 feet around, with tentacles, floating jellyfish in the air that have risen up and are like hovering there, and you can see their tentacles kind of vibrating.
Ugh.
Now that we've got a view of them, can I try and identify them potentially?
Absolutely. So that will be science.
Science, which I am pretty good at. So I've actually got a 50-50 on this one.
Oh, but you could still mess that up.
Oh, I definitely can still mess it up, yeah. I'm not going to burn AP.
Sure.
Because I don't need to. I got a 6 and a 4.
2
And
successes.
just close to being just underneath my tag skill. Damn.
So let me give you, for 1 success, what I'm going to give you some information, and then the other success, I'll let you ask a follow-up question, and then I'm going to come back to Derek. So these are creatures called air jellies. They drift in from the ocean. They come in inland, and they hunt by sound and vibration. What is your follow-up question?
Do they have any particular vulnerabilities?
Fire.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like fire either, to be fair. But yeah.
But particularly because they're not particularly susceptible to impacts. Like any kind of piercing or bullets or things like that will tend to go right through them. Does that seem like a fair answer?
That seems perfect. And I think that, like as her eyes widen and she identifies them, right? She puts her hand over Hype's mouth, and they do very basic kind of like, like sports sort of.
You do your catcher's signals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was like, I can't remember which sport it is that has those signals.
Now, I imagine that there's a whole hand language that's developed amongst the different teams.
No, thieves can't. Nice.
Yeah. Sports can't. Derek, you've still got a line of sight on this guy. And again, Cole, you can see the guy and you see the jellyfish situation. Derek, what do you do?
I motion for dog meat to sit because I don't want dog meat to do the charge. And then I will pull out my big pipe wrench
Okay.
and just watch them to see if they come closer.
They are kind of floating around. They're clearly trying to sense for you. You will see that guy with the pole drops down. And you'll see this Cole, and you see him start to make his way very quietly over towards where Derek is at. And he will come over and he will say, look, I can get one of them. When I do that, the other three are going to move. So when I do that, you need to get out of there.
What about you?
I will grab one, get it, and then we'll worry about that in a minute.
All right.
And you will see him lift up this essentially pool pole with a pool cleaner hoop and net on the end. And he will say, okay, I want you to get ready.
What happens if I just throw this?
Well, then I lose one of these,
Okay.
and then you've got to move in another direction and you lose your wrench.
Okay. Okay.
And you see him wait, hold, and then there's this swing down. And he will swing at one of these. Let's see if he is successful here. Oh, yeah. Like he has it perfectly. And it's like, it's not even just like a hoop down. It's like he hoops, swoops it, and spins it so that it's wrapped up in this thing. And then he kind of yanks it over and smacks it on the ground. Fizz, Hype, Cole, you probably have picked up what's going on, and you'll see that Derek, the other three essentially go into motion, like, and Dog Meat's freaking.
Well,
Let's start with you.
I just yell to dog meat, follow, and I take off in the opposite direction.
Okay. I want you to make an athletics roll here.
Okay, athletics, which is
Strength plus athletics.
yeah, I'm gonna be my well. I actually have 2 points in athletics for
Yeah.
some reason.
Yeah.
And
You'll be fine.
Maybe
and
what I do will assist him.
Okay.
oh, it's strength. Great. Okay.
So how would you assist, Cole?
I think maybe I'm shooting and either wounding them or slowing them down, or like
Making noise to draw attention. kind of
making
thing?
noise, or some, yeah.
All right. Then you may
I think-
roll 1d10 or 1d20,
Right.
and you will use your small guns plus agility.
Okay.
And then we'll see what the successes are here.
Oh,
Okay.
I got one success anyway.
Okay.
Is that all you
Needed
needed?
a 7 and got
You
a 5.
need a 2 here.
Okay,
need
so maybe I'll help you out
two.
here. Let me roll mine then. So this is a good thing for me. I 15 or less. I got an 8, so that's one success for you.
Perfect. So Fizz, Hype, you'll see this Derek and Dogmeat come barreling out of there. And I do think that like we see maybe 2 of these air jellies start moving towards this guy. And the other one is kind of like clearly moving in the direction of Derek, but like is trying to sense. They're changing their ballast and moving. They don't move particularly fast. And are like it's clear they're not going to catch up with them. So while this is happening, when this occurs, what are you doing, Hype?
Well, has Fizz mentioned the like, hey, we need to use fire, they don't shoot them?
Fizz, I assume you've passed that on?
Did you give me the play?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Whispered close by your ear.
Then he doesn't have any fire stuff, so I think he's probably he's got his Pip-Boy. He's got his Pip-Boy out, and if it looks like they're in trouble, then he's going to have the Pip-Boy play like real loud, and then he can run faster than either of those two old guys. I mean, one's got short legs and the other one's old.
Absolutely. So let's say that one of the guys, like one of the jellyfish is moving closer to this other guy. You hit your Pip-Boy. What song plays?
Oh, it's got to be like Chariots of Fire, you know?
Dun, 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 dun. Let's have you roll athletics.
Cool. And my athletics is
An 11
a
or
tag
less.
skill
And tag
Yeah.
skill, yeah.
I'm gonna be a cocky idiot and not burn an action point. So
Sure.
I'll re-roll the 8 and the 5. Goodness gracious, that's what happens when I'm a cocky idiot. Because that is a fail. I will burn. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna burn another luck because I can't.
Please do. Keep in mind that lucks are per quest, not per session.
Yeah, this is the last one I'm burning for a while. Here we go. Okay, there we go. So my athletics is a
Yeah,
4. So with that being a
tag.
tag, that
Yeah.
is 3 successes.
So you peel one of these off from this guy, and you take off, and we do see the slow motion leaping over rubble, running as this thing is trying to follow the sounds and the music. Fizz, what are you doing?
So one of them's peeled off from the guy. The others seem to have it in hand. I don't have anything fire. Is there a way to scavenge in this game to like? Oh, that take too long, I imagine, actually, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
To do. Yeah. I think that the best thing that Fizz can do is not complicate this any further. And just sort of like use all of this noise and distraction to slink up the road in the
Okay.
direction that we want to go, because I'm seeing no way that I can benefit this until someone gets hurt, basically, you know.
Then I think you see you come back to the road. Hype is kiting this jelly, as is Derek.
And Fizz, like, you know, like he's about to cheer for Hype, and then
Yeah.
slams that thing over.
And you will see this guy kind of takes the pole, which has this wrapped up air jelly, and you see him like quickly strike a match and flings out, and you'll hear some pops, like really shitty firecrackers, but it's enough to draw them off. And he kind of follows the path back to the road there with that. And Cole, you can kind of fall back, kind of make sure now they got, and when you get to the road, he will stop and kind of make sure the jellyfish, there's a certain point at which they get out of, you guys get ahead of them enough that they kind of stop sensing, and they just kind of hang there, and then start to move back clearly to kind of a dark place to sit and wait. And you'll see this guy kind of stops on the road, and he takes out a sack, and he looks at one of you and says, "Will one of you hold the sack, please?"
Sure.
Yeah.
He-
Keep it wide. You don't want to touch these things.
Yeah, they've got really powerful neurotoxin. I mean,
yeah.
they'll completely mess up your electrolytes.
Oh, I don't know from electrolytes, but he has gloves on, and he will very carefully kind of move this thing, kind of squirming, and he'll drop it into the bag, and kind of tie it up quickly, and then he kind of shakes his hands and takes the bag and he says, "You guys, nobody got touched, right?"
Thanks to you, no one did.
I didn't expect anybody on the road. Hammer's been telling people to not come down this way, so I didn't think there'd be anybody here. So I didn't hear y'all coming, or I would have.
Hammer?
The DJ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Hammer Joe. I love
Yeah,
Hammer
yeah.
Joe. He's great.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, we're just on our way to Newfie.
Okay. The road's dangerous, Apparently there's some shit happening up a ways.
Oh,
That's what Hammer Joe said. That's why I'm not making my way up there. I've just been hunting air jellies.
Any
What are you
safe way to
hunting
detour
for?
around the trouble?
Say what? Huh?
Go, Jason.
Any safe way to get around, to detour the trouble up ahead? Do you know of?
I don't even know what the trouble is, so I couldn't say.
What are you-
My name's Crystal.
Cole?
Cool. Hey, he very carefully takes off a glove.
Derek, everyone calls me Longman.
Oh, okay. And
Hype.
Hype
This Fizz.
Fizz. You guys raiders? Got raider armor on.
No.
No.
I mean, waste not, want not, right?
But fair enough. Yeah.
Then
We're traders, right? We're heading to Newfie.
Oh, cool. Just be careful.
yeah, I mean, what do you do with these things?
So like the jelly, you can take it and you can purify it, and you can make it into like a wound thing, like a wound cleaner.
Antiseptic?
Yeah. And then of course you gotta milk the neurotoxin out of them, and then you gotta cut the gland out, and that sells for a bunch. Just got to be real careful milking an air jelly.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you have any of this to hand already. Any material already made?
Oh, antiseptic?
Yeah, or neurotoxin.
I don't have any neurotoxin. That stuff goes like
Oh.
hotcakes. I do have some antiseptic.
I don't really need the antiseptic. And then neurotoxin would be lovely on one of Hype's tomahawks, wouldn't it? Can I? Well, I could help you milk this one. Do you know I'm pretty good around these things, and maybe we could take a little bit of that neurotoxin and I pay for for your trouble.
Let's have you roll. What do you think this is? Speech or barter or what to convince?
I think maybe barter, because I'm offering something right in return rather
Okay.
than just like persuasion.
Yeah.
Because I do think that like I'm essentially going to try and pay him like the sort of what's it called? Like before the retail markup, basically. The
Okay.
raw price.
Let's have you roll.
Cool. And I am going to take one from the pool. That is a 5 and a 2, both of which would be beneath my bar skill. So that's 2 successes.
And that 20, which is a complication, right?
Oh, is that how it works? No
Yeah.
matter what you roll. Like,
Yeah, if you roll a 20, that's a complication.
Okay.
Now, you may spend luck to re-roll that, or if you have a re-roll on that for some
I do have a
reason,
reroll on that because I have cautious nature.
okay, then you may re-roll that 20 to avoid that complication, because this would be a bad thing to
Oh, that
complicate.
would be I was definitely going to spend the luck if otherwise. I'm very glad I took that perk now. Yeah. So that's just
and
2
he'll
successes.
look around, and Crystal will say, okay, it probably take about an hour or so. You all got time for that?
Do you guys mind? I mean, I think this would be really
Yeah, we can
interesting.
take a break. That was pretty exciting. Let's relax for
And
while you do this.
learning how to do this may be useful for us.
Time out.
Hype, was it?
Yes, Crystal.
w- w-
Well, we got to call a timeout. It's fine. We're good.
okay. Like he clearly, like he understands the idea of timeout and something, but he kind of wasn't sure about the context. Okay. And he will kind of walk off to the side of the road to like a place where you're a little bit out of sight of things. He'll set up a little like thing to hold down the basket, gets his gloves on, and then he has to get the tentacles out. And then he has to grossly milk these. And yeah, we don't actually see it on screen, but we hear that squelching sound and we see the motion that's going on, and everybody looks away. Like, but he will get something, and he will give you, when all is said and done, two, let's say, 3 batches of neurotoxin. Kind of got some used vials. You probably have to hand one off that you have to him, and he'll do it, and he will say, "Now you be really careful with this. One dose is a paralytic, like it'll stop them. If you give them more than one dose, like you get like that'll stop their heart."
Interesting.
It doesn't work on rad scorpions or anything else that's like resistant to poisons.
Okay. I wonder what, maybe we could use this to help slow heartbeats. Like really boost people's stamina. I mean,
I don't know from that. I just sell it as a poison.
oh yeah.
Well,
Well,
I do the antiseptic.
yeah.
It
Yeah,
can
yeah.
also be useful as a painkiller.
I gotta kill your pain. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Crystal. That's been
Oh.
really, really great. I mean, I feel like I've learned so much about something I'd only read about before.
Glad to help out. You just be careful, because when the wind comes in heavy and hard from the east, then you get these things. I mean, they can come inland a ways, like a ways.
Yeah.
And if you're sleeping, like if you're asleep and kind of leans in, and I imagine that the lights get a little dimmer sometimes when you're sleepy, it's at night, they can still hear you. They hear you snoring, and they'll come in and they'll sweep in, and then they'll land on your face. But I'm sure that's not going to happen to any of you. So we're all good. Forewarned is forearmed. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I got to take off. You all have a good travel. I hope you're safe making your way to Newfie.
How much bottle caps do you think he charged me for that?
Oh no, the deal that you made was you helped him milk it, so
Yeah.
it was much safer.
Oh, okay, cool. Just
and
because I
he's-
was like, I offered both, so I wasn't sure.
No, I think you helping him
want-
out and having the successes. It's very clearly like it's a very tough one-man job. Like you're trying to it must be hell to do this by yourself.
Yeah, you did the dangerous part, and now he gets the gland he can sell.
Yeah,
without
gets-
having to risk himself.
Nice. And hype, of course, help yourself to that air jelly neurotoxin if you want to coat your tomahawks in it at any point. Like, just feel free to just take it off my sheet,
Okay, Fizz, but are you sure this is legal?
I think in the rules out here, they're different than the rules on the court back home, And I think that, we got to do anything that'll give us that competitive edge out here, because they're not going to be playing by the rules. There ain't no referee out here. That's what Cole keeps saying.
Yeah, and I'll say to hype, when you were talking about timeouts and you got confused, you didn't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of how people are going to be out here. So I know this is going to be hard, but you need to kind of tone down the sports talk, because that's going to make people curious and suspicious. And we don't want any of that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
just
Coach
talk like
talked
I
about that.
talk. Talk like how Derek talks. All right.
Okay.
Try. You guys
I'll
try.
do my
Okay?
best. I'll do my best.
What do you
Oh,
think
you're mute.
Hype's
Okay.
what do you think Hype's imitation of Cole or Derek is like?
I think he's going to start to drawl out some words instead of being crisp with the way that he talks. And I think he's going to start like being a little like shifty. He's like, you know, it's a fake shifty, but
Mhm.
it's his impression of them. So, you know, all in good fun, right?
He
Sure.
probably sticks out like a sore thumb even worse now.
Yes. Yes.
So you will gather your things together, continue along the road here, and we'll see you travel. And we're going to cut forward. Another day passes, and we're like high noon up ahead. And Cole, Derek, you kind of know the area around here, and you're kind of moving through an area with some elevated passes and stuff like that. And you can see that up ahead, a section of one of these rises has collapsed. It's stone and mud and stuff has washed over and covered over the road, and that has clearly cracked some things. It looks like climbing over is a possibility. Climbing around and down and then back up is a possibility. But I think the thing that Derek, Cole, that you will note is where this has come down, you can see like a glint of metal and structure, like this has come down and something like some sort of building or something has been exposed underneath. Cole, what do you do?
I think I have everybody hunker down, and I think I say, you know, let's just sit here a minute. Let's see if we see any movement, and we'll just sort of scan this setting and see, like I said, see if we see anything moving, and then start to talk about, do we want to explore? Do we want to go around? What do we want to do? But first, let's just check it out.
I think this is perception plus survival, let's say.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Let's do that.
Sure. Let's see, 7 survival. Let's 9 for me.
Yeah.
Is anybody else maybe doing this? Call it an assist.
Somebody else want to throw in on this?
Yeah,
I've got
mine's a 9 also.
I don't think there's any downside to assisting, so I think you might as well. Somebody might.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, dog meat reduces the difficulty of all my perception tasks by 1.
Oh, excellent. So let's have you do your perception plus survival. You get 1 die
Ugh.
for you.
I got nothing.
Got nothing. Derek.
Where is the tab again? There it is. So I'm still rolling 2.
Still you're rolling 1 die because you're assisting.
Oh, because I'm assisting. Okay. I rolled a 7.
So you've got 1 success. You can see that around this area, there are some, like, kind of in the dust and things, there are some body parts. And some signs like around this area, someone has died. You know, the blowflies and the kind of just like bits of gore that are around. You're not sure what caused it or what's going on, or kind of but something happened here in the last few days, at least. while this is going on, while I kind of hunkered down, checking this out, what are you doing, Fizz?
I would like to be scavenging, if that makes any sense to do so here. Like,
Oh, well, there's a building like right there in those ruins. You'd have to kind of go up and go in. That seems like a great place to scavenge.
sure. I mean, they're always saying how the waste, you can't find everything you need in a vault. You need to get out in the wasteland, right? Like, so I'm gonna go and try and find some of this stuff.
So
Derek and I are looking that way, and we see at the camera, Fizz goes the other way right into the building.
Hype, you see Fizz kind of up to this building that's kind of been exposed by this landslide.
Oh, I'll follow.
Okay.
Obviously, that's where we're supposed to go.
Okay. I think that there is, in that comedic way of this, Cole, Derek, you kind of turn and you will see Fizz and Hype moving in to this building here.
And I want to
Fizz,
yell out to
yes.
them, but it's probably, I don't want to make too much noise. So like I'm trying to whisper, come back, no, but it's probably they're too far away now, I bet.
Yeah, and it's like, should we go after them?
Yeah, we have to.
So
Okay.
you will follow behind. Let us look at the scavenging mechanics. So I go to that section here. So the roll you do for scavenging is perception plus survival, Fizz.
Cool. I'm pretty perceptive, and I have a 2 in survival, so that's a 9.
Okay.
We've only got
Hype?
3 action points left.
Yeah. Hype, are you assisting or are you scavenging on your own?
I'm assisting. I'm helping out this. I'm gonna help her out.
Yeah. Now, I will tell you about that AP. You can spend the AP to give yourself extra on the test, the extra dice, but you can also spend AP to give yourself additional loot rolls.
Ooh. Well, then I will save the AP for the loot roll then, because like additional loot rolls definitely sounds like a thing. And
Okay.
loot rolls, so very rare that I get to make any of those. Oh, did terribly. 18 and 17.
Okay. I'm helping, so I roll 1 die to help.
Yep.
Re-rolling the 19, and I got an 18 because I'm a good helper. I'm great at this. This is my first time, coach.
Is it just 1 look to re-roll as many as I like?
Yes.
Dice? Yeah, I will spend it just because I want to succeed on my first scavenging check of the game.
Fair enough.
But I don't, so that's the end of that.
Does the luck get my? I don't think it helps my assist, right? Or is a luck for the roll itself?
I think it is for that roll itself.
Fair enough.
Just given mechanically how this works.
Okay.
So I think this is, you will get inside and you realize that this is kind of a nested location in more ways than one, but we'll come back to that in a moment. You walk into this first area and it's like, maybe it was some sort of grocery store or mini mart or something. But at least in this first area, everything has been knocked off the shelves, has rotted, things have collapsed here. But you can see that there's a big double doorway that's open that leads back into what must be the storage area of this. And while this front area doesn't have anything, you could certainly go deeper into the belly of the beast. And there might be more in there. But I think during the sort of finishing up, because it takes about 10 minutes to scavenge. So I do think that as you two are in that process, Cole, Derek, you will come up on them. They are checking things out, looking around, looking for bottles, looking for caps, looking for anything like that.
Nothing
I imagine
here.
it's pretty dark in here, so I think maybe I'm grabbing I don't know if there's some, I don't know, creating some sort of torch or something, because I don't know if we have any light device, and
Pit
pulling
boys
out my
have lights on
machete.
them.
Yeah,
Okay, so you guys have lights. I don't think we have pit boys though. Wastelanders don't
right.
take those, right? Yeah. So I'm probably just overwatching them, basically, just
Okay,
keeping watch.
okay. Lighting a fire
Yeah.
to kind of give yourself a little bit of light here besides what's coming in, kind of at an angle so it's not great.
Mhm.
Derek, what about you? What are you doing? Cole kind of settles in, doing Overwatch.
I'm looking around. I'll go.
Do you
Okay.
also wish to scavenge?
Yeah. Okay, dog meat. Let's check it out.
Then that is perception plus survival, and dog meat lowers
Perception
the
plus
difficulty.
survival is a total of 9 for me, and dog meat reduces the difficulty by 1.
Yep.
So, and I rolled a 20.
Okay.
I better spend a luck to not deal with that.
Oh, please spend those precious resources early.
I'm sure you like it. I just don't want to botch in here.
Okay.
Feel free to
And I
spend an
rolled
18.
another 20.
Oh boy.
So as you all are looking around, kind of moving through here, Cole, you're kind of keeping an eye towards the inside, like, okay, there's that big double doorway. They're finishing searching, Fizz, I imagine there's that moment when you find some cigarette packs and then like you open them up and just the desiccated, just absolutely wet and then destroyed tobacco is in there. Kind of moldy fizz that is a little bit of a disappointment to you. But Derek, you and dog meat are kind of looking, you've kind of turned back to the way out, this sort of broken part, like imagine broken front windows and doorway of this small mini mart, and you will see this rad scorpion right outside and coming in.
I'll just yell, found something.
Derek shouts and points, and all of you can turn around, and this is probably unlike anything you've ever seen, hype or fizz, right? But it is enormous. It is a giant rad scorpion. You can see that its front claws are caked in blood. You can see its tail kind of twitching around in the air. And it is blocking the exit and coming in here because clearly this is its den.
That's not what I was looking for.
Cole, are you inside? You had said you were outside setting the fire, or did you set it?
Yeah.
Well, you said you wanted light in there, so my assumption was you were kind of at least inside the door to cover.
Yeah.
So,
You put me wherever
yeah.
I need to be. Sure.
So let's go to initiative, and essentially, just so we can kind of gauge actions and things like that. Again, popcorn initiative. We start with Cole. Cole, you were on Overwatch. So if this were 40K, you'd get your first shot in. But let's do that. You see this thing coming. It's right now blocking the exit. It would be possible for somebody to maybe jump past it to get out, but it's very risky. It like there's plenty of room inside this bodega for it to come in here and move around here. And it can certainly fit through that double doorway that's open at the back. What do you do, Cole?
let me make sure I understand it. So it's closest to me, right? It's coming from out in the desert in
Yeah.
to us. Okay.
Imagine you're in this bodega that's kind of been buried by
Okay.
the mountain. Front part is opened up. You got a little bit of light coming in from the sun. And shelves are knocked down inside here. Got rubble,
Sure.
broken cash register, double doorways going deeper inside,
Mm-hmm.
and this rad scorpion kind of coming up the path, like it's right outside this the way in.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna move. I think I think what do they call it? Your minor action. I'll move towards the others,
Okay.
and I'll take a shot with my rifle.
Okay. All
So
right.
6 + 9, 15.
That is the number.
I think I'll go ahead and spend an AP too.
Okay. Difficulty is a 1 to hit this thing.
And I do have center mass, which allows me to re-roll when I shoot. So I got 3 dice. I'll do the 3 purple ones. I need a 15. Ooh, there's a 20. I'll re-roll the 20.
Okay.
My skill or whatever. So that's 4 successes.
4 successes. So right now you've got 3 extra successes, which you can spend as you wish.
Right.
And you will hit this thing, and you can hit its torso
Right.
if you wish,
Yep.
or you can randomize the shot.
No, I'll just focus on the torso.
Okay.
So I put 3 into the pool because if I remember correctly, you don't use AP to do extra damage on shooting. You use bullets.
That is correct.
But my gun has a rate of fire of just 0, so I can't even do that. So I'll just
Right.
I take off a bullet and I roll 6 damage dice.
That you do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll get these out of the way. All right, so I've got 3 piercing ones. I think they stack, right? So
Yeah.
that's 3 damage, 4 damage, 5, 6 damage.
6
and
damage.
Piercing 3.
Yeah. So you will fire that off, and it's super loud in here. Crack of that rifle as it goes off, and it hits this thing, and you hit like a point in between its what do you call it, the segments of its armor, and it goes deep into it. But it is still, it screeches. It has a shriek that goes through there, that echoes through, and it is still up.
I think there's also, I don't know if I did enough damage, but if you do 5 or more damage, I think you get a critical hit.
It has a little bit difference to its body and stuff. There's a higher number for doing critical on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Great.
Who goes next, Cole?
Let me see. I guess Derek sounds like he'd be next in line. So go ahead, Derek.
All right, I'm going to open fire with my pipe gun
Okay.
while yelling for dog meat to attack. That means dog meat can give me an assist on this.
Okay.
And I was looking for my dice and forgetting I was.
So you'll roll 3d20. Effectively, we'll use your numbers for this.
Uh-huh.
And
my numbers aren't great, but
that's small guns plus agility.
yeah, my agility is 6, my saw guns is 2, so it's a total of 8.
Yeah.
There's a 3 and a 4, 2 successes.
2 successes. So
And
that will hit.
With a success, since dog meat was assisting, he also does his melee damage.
Okay. So what's the damage with the pipe gun?
3D.
Okay, let's roll that first. So that'd be 3d6.
A 1, a 3, and a 5. So
Okay.
a total of 9.
Nope. Total of 2 damage.
Oh, armor. Okay.
2 damage and effect. It is a piercing quality on your pistol.
Effect is the piercing quality of my pistol. Oh, great. Hang on.
I have the same gun. I don't think there is.
Okay.
There isn't, although I have a fire rate of 2.
That means if you spend extra bullets, you can get extra damage dice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll spin an extra bullet and get an extra damage dice.
Okay, so roll one more die.
A 2, so it's another point.
There are 2 points on that one.
2 points. You're correct. I am
Uh,
wrong.
So that is 5, if I'm remembering correctly here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. No
So
piercing.
far.
So
And now,
we'll roll dog meats. What's dog meats
meat
damage?
does 2 dice.
Okay.
And gets a 1 and a 6.
So that's going to be 2 more points of damage. Does dog meat have piercing?
Dog meat has vicious and physical damage. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Vicious isn't applicable in this case, but that's 2 more. So I'm going to, for the purposes of reading the armor on this, lump together his damage with yours,
Okay.
making it 6 points. We subtract its physical defense, which is 4, and it will take 2 points of damage.
All right.
So 5 and 2, 7.
Off some armor.
Now, let me tell you the thing that you will know. We'll kind of come back to this. Just wanted to kind of get this set is, and I think you'll all realize that this thing is very heavily armored. More armored on its body, claws, all of that. It is less armored on its head. Just to tell you that.
I've played Fallout, so
Yeah,
yes.
you all know this. I'm just giving you the lowdown. Derek,
I appreciate it.
Derek, who goes after you?
I don't have a pit voice, so I can't go into that.
Yeah. Who goes after you, Derek?
We'll go with Hype.
Hype. You see this, you hear the gunfire. Do, 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 do.
Man, that's crazy. I think I'm going. Oh, this is a terrible idea, but I'm doing it. Hype is going to apply a little bit of that stuff that Fizz cooked up with the jellyfishes to one of his tomahawks.
He did explicitly
yes?
tell us that it won't work on rad scorpions.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
He did.
Crystal did in
thank you,
fiction as
thank
well,
you. That's
yeah.
right. Crystal did in fiction say won't work on Rad Scorpion. Thank you very much.
That was foreshadowing.
Wow. Smart stuff. If only I'd taken better notes. But I've got Will. Then no, he will not be applying that, but he will toss a tomahawk at its head.
Okay.
How do I do that? How do I aim for a head?
So what that does when you do the headshot, and let me make sure on the called location, it adds 1 to the difficulty. So it's a difficulty 2, but if you hit the location you wanted.
Okay.
We've got a bunch of AP in the pool as well.
Yeah, I've got to burn an AP because I'm not using luck on this.
Okay.
So
You can burn 3 AP and get 2 extra dice if you want.
I don't know, guys.
Because we're actually at 6 action points because I didn't add in what Derek got.
Okay. If everybody's cool with that, I'm going to do the thing.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. Throwing, which is a tag skill for me, plus agility. I am looking for 12s. I'm spending 3 action points. I'm rolling 4 D20.
dice.
4 D20. I'm going to roll 2 of the light purples and 2 of the magentas, the 5, 6, 19, and 17. All 4 coming in here. Oh, here we go. Fudge. So that is no tag skill hits, but 3 successes.
3 successes right
and
now.
A complication.
And a complication. Okay. We'll come back to the complication.
Hold on. Let me make sure that I've got this right. So it's 12. I actually needed extra success. It doesn't change the difficulty number. It changes the number of success. Okay. So 1 extra success.
So right now, you have you've hit it, and you've got an extra AP that you can spend to buy damage.
So because it's a thrown weapon, I don't spend bullets or I don't spend the tomahawks. I just spend AP for damage. Is that right?
Yeah. That's the
Okay.
way I'm reading that, because it's like a physically powered, strength powered weapon.
Sure, that sounds fine with me. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Then I'm definitely going to do that. Sorry to be an action point hog. I'm a pig.
What is the damage with your tomahawks?
My tomahawk damage is 4. So if I spend an action point, I'm rolling 5 dice.
Yeah.
I'm moving these 5 dice to the right here.
Okay.
And I'm going to highlight all 4 of them. And here we go. Oh, wow. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have a piercing of 1
Okay.
on the tomahawks.
The headshot will go past its armor. It doesn't even have armor
Nice.
on its head.
Beautiful.
So that's 5
And-
points straight through.
Cool. And it's suppressed. So the effect of suppressed happens, or I don't know if that's a quality or an effect.
It's not particularly loud.
Exactly. So they don't notice the
Bonk.
attack unless they're the target. Well, they are.
Okay. Yeah.
So there you go.
So that will sink into its head there for 5 points past armor, and it staggers back. It is still up. But the thing that gets you is that when it hits there, it cracks into this thing. Something must be wrong, something acidic in its blood, because you'll see that tomahawk that you threw kind of crack and twist and breaks.
Oh, mom's gonna be bad.
Who goes next? Hype? Is it Fizz or is it the Rad Scorpion?
I think it's the Rad Scorpion. Sorry, Fizz, you're just not good at this.
Okay. Then it is going to step forward. I think we've established Cole was Cole. Let's see here. I think we're going to go claw, tail. Let's see who is going to get the tail. That is Cole. So, Derek, I need a difficulty 1 to hit you, right? So I'm going to roll for this Rad Scorpion. I'm going to take these 2 bluish dice here and roll GM dice here. So that is a 9. So it will hit you. However, when it slams into you, it twists that claw badly. And so one of its claws is going to be temporarily out of commission, I think, with that complication. Does that sound fair? Okay. Derek, 4 dice. You are going to take 2, 3, 4 points of damage. And I need to look up an effects thing. Let's see, that page right here. You're going to take an additional point of damage. But that is not poisoned, so you don't have to worry about the persistent effect. But where does it? We should roll a d20 to see where it hits you. To see you have armor on. Okay. It will hit you in. I forget. There's all these rolls I have to do. Why did I make this choice? Hit you in the torso. Do you have armor on your torso? You are muted. Still can't hear you.
You're muted, Dennis.
Yeah, I have armor. I got everything but my head.
Okay. So you can subtract your armor value from that damage.
Okay. So it's a total of 4, it sounds like.
Yep.
Okay.
Hype. Scorpion claw comes shooting out at you. Let's see if it can hit. It will just hit you. I will roll its damage on you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points of damage, and it hits you in the 11, which I believe is Your left arm. Do you have arm armor?
Dang it, I do not. I do not have arm armor.
Then you will take 4 points of damage there. Hits that. Hurts like the Dickens.
Ah!
And Cole, the shot on you, the tail whips out to stab
I've got
at
that
thee.
defense 2.
Defense 2. I need 2 successes to hit you with this tail. And that is not enough. So that tail goes, like smashes into the floor and then whips back, and you can see some of the venom drip off of it. Fizz, what do you do?
I take careful aim and aim for the head.
Okay.
So that gets me an extra dice, right? As my minor action.
Yes.
And
It gives you a re-roll, I think.
a
is-
reroll.
a reroll,
That's
yeah.
it, a
That's
reroll.
even
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Go ahead and burn AP though.
Yeah, I'll burn AP because
Yeah.
we want to kill this thing, don't we? And maybe, who knows? Maybe this will be the chance, right? 18, 16, 2. Oh no, wait, I rolled the D6, sorry, because I just rolled so I'll re-roll the purple one.
Okay.
That is a 9. My agility, Jesus Christ. My small guns is 8 total with my agility, so I got 1 off, a success. What a
Did you do
joke.
the re-roll?
No, I haven't done the reroll.
Aim
That's a good
re-roll?
point.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Yeah. Just again, another 9,
Oh.
another 1 off the thing. Fizz is just never. Fizz needs an energy gun. That's what she needs.
Yes. So you'll fire. It will go past. Will not land, but this thing is still up. You, however, get to decide who goes first on this next round. And what's your reaction as well?
I think the bullet, by the way, hits one of the only intact bottles on a shelf somewhere, right? Like has to smash. Yeah.
Or a precious
massive,
bobblehead, like the wind
yes.
carries something away, like it falls, and you can see this just as you shoot it, and the little head bops off of it.
Yeah. Like, Hype, get out of there! Your tomahawks. Your mum will kill you. And I'd like to pass the initiative to Cole, because I think Cole is probably the one who is most likely to be able to shoot it in the head accurately.
Cole,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. These things are tough as hell.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to use my minor action to move away to give me some room to shoot it again with
Okay.
my rifle.
So stepping out of range, the move action will
Mhm.
get you out of range.
Mm-hmm. Now I'll burn another AP, takes us down to 1. And it'll give me 3 dice.
Yeah.
I usually can hit the torso, but I like to hit in the head. So I'm gonna go ahead and aim or target that head.
Okay.
So,
So,
increases the
difficulty
DC to
2.
2. Then I need 6 plus what? 9 is 15.
Oh yeah, this is what you're good at.
And let me see. When you make a range check, you may choose. Okay, and I can reroll once because of my center mass.
Yeah.
So here we go. I'll do the 3 purpley dice. 2, 3, and a 20, but I can re-roll it. So I'll
Yeah,
re-roll that
good.
20. Oh, and I get 2 more, 5 hits.
Okay.
Because it's my rifle, I can't use the AP, so I'll throw 3 AP back in the pool.
Perfect.
And then I get 6 dice of
And
damage.
ignoring its damage.
Hitting it in the head. 5, 6. So that's 1, 3, 4, and the effect, which is piercing 1.
Okay, so 4 points of damage. So that will hit again. It shrieks. It looks like there's ichor coming out of this thing from where the head is kind of bleeding out. It's clearly staggered. One of its claws is out of commission. Who goes after you, Cole?
I want to see what Rich does with the acid breaking his tomahawk. So I want to see what Rich does. So Hype.
Hype.
Okay, man, this is rough stuff. He's pretty upset about this. And oh, sorry, I was just looking at my finesse and action boy to remind myself of those things. I do not want to get all up on this thing, so I think he does not want to destroy one of his tomahawks. He's just gonna pull out his pistol from the
Okay.
holster and aim at the head and take a shot.
Okay.
Shoot it in the head. That's
So small guns plus agility.
not a tag skill for me.
You said you were spending a point of AP.
I am. Yeah,
Okay.
I definitely need to.
So 3d20.
3d20, and I am looking for 11s, but I
Yep.
need 2 successes. So I will re-roll these magenta ones, the 5, 7, and 6.
Okay.
Here it comes. Wow. That is a fail.
That is
miss.
one success, unless you want to spend luck for a reroll.
I do not.
You do not.
I mean, I want to, but I'm not going to because that is unwise.
You try to take that shot in the head. I mean, you swap out even as you see your tomahawk melting. I think probably, maybe a little bit of sheen of tears there for a moment there.
Little
Kind of
bit,
throws your
it's
aim
sweat.
off.
Sweat, coach. It's
Yes.
sweat.
You can spend an AP to take a second shot if you want.
Well, that's true. I could take an additional major action. So I'll do that.
Okay.
Why not? So I'll spend another one of the action point. I am a pig, and I'm not doing the action point for extra, so it's just 2 dice. I'll roll the purpley ones because the magenta ones have offended me. And that is again 1 success.
One
which is
success.
Not enough.
Firing off at this thing.
That is 2 bullets gone.
Hype. Who goes after you, Derek or Fizz?
Derek. Sorry,
Okay.
Fizz. You're just not good at this.
All right. Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I have the trait small frame, one of which is you may re-roll 1d20 on all agility traits that require balance and coordination. Does firing a small gun require?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
Unless you were in a situation where you're doing some kind of weird trick
Okay.
shot thing.
I would be remiss if I didn't ask.
No, you should always go for the goob.
Anyway, so I will take a minor action to aim.
Okay.
Aiming for the head. And I've still got good old dog meat here helping me.
So you're going to be rolling 3d20.
3d20.
Difficulty is a 2, but you get a reroll from the aiming.
And I get a reroll.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to add to my collection right here.
Okay.
If they will all highlight for me, there we go. And I get a 5, a 9, and a 13.
Okay.
That's 1 success with the 5 because I only have an 8.
But you have that reroll from
I have a
aiming.
reroll, so I'll just reroll that one, which is a 4, which is
Okay.
a success.
2 successes. Let's have you roll that damage. Let's
Okay.
see it.
I'm going to let me collect everything. I'm going to fire both my bullets,
Okay.
which lets me roll an extra die if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So I get 5, 5. Each give me 1 plus an effect, which I don't have any of, and
4 dice.
give me 2, so it's a total of 4.
4, and then dog meat's damage.
And dog meat does 2.
Dog meat's very excited.
Yes, my local dog meat. A 2 and a 3, so that's 2 more
2
from
more.
dog meat. And dog meat is vicious.
Yeah. So what Vicious does, I added this in already for the previous one, is when you get an effect, you do an extra point of damage. So there is this moment. What does it look like when you and dog meat take this thing down? What do we see on screen?
I put the shots into it, 2 shots into its head. The head snaps back, and then dog meat comes straight up for its now unprotected throat and just rips it.
Bites the throat out of this
Yeah.
rad scorpion, which I think is gruesome in its own way. And there'll be this twitch, as they do, and then and this thing will collapse to the ground. Fizz, our medic, we have some injured people.
Well, go team. Who got most badly hurt?
And
I'm down 4.
I think Hype's down 4 as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll point to Longman. He's hurt.
Yeah.
And
And I'll look at Hype and I'll say, now Hype, there's being a team player and then there's being, a martyr. And we need you in the game. Like, you've got, you're our
Absolutely,
star
absolutely,
player.
Fizz. Take care of Longman first, though. I'm okay. I got a stim pack if I need it.
Well, I will use first aid on. Can I use first aid on both of them?
I'm sorry, what?
Can I use first aid on both of them?
Yeah, you can do one on each of them.
Yeah, then I'll do that.
And in
Medic.
fact, we'll probably just have one roll, and we'll do that for both, just so we don't.
Okay.
Unless you fail, then I'm going to argue we should have separate ones.
Fair enough.
Well, I did fail, but I get to reroll on one for free, and I succeeded. One success.
And it's difficulty 1. Does it take more than one injury? Each of you, Derek and Hideki, may heal. What's your medicine rating?
5.
You can both heal 5 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm not good at. I'm not rolling much less than everybody else is at attacking things, but I always seem to roll just short.
Just a hair short.
Yeah, but I'm very good at medicine. So, yeah. I'm so sorry about your tomahawk, Hype.
Yeah, me too.
Acid blood, though, or something.
I think so. That's pretty wild.
Pretty wild, yeah. And of course, let's scavenge the red scorpion for the red scorpion tail. So that's worth a whole, I think, like 3 bottle caps to somebody.
yeah,
Yes.
we can get the tail, and I think we can get the claws.
meat.
Now, it bits up one claw when
There is rules for this, in fact, in the thing, as you might imagine. Let me come to that.
Yeah, in the game, I think you find meat and tail parts on red scorpions.
Scavenging them is an endurance plus survival test with difficulty 1. And if you roll an effect on the it yields, you roll 2 dice for the portions after that. So anybody who wants to scavenge can go ahead and make that roll.
Longman, I think it's in your wheelhouse more than mine and Hypes, and Jason's just stepped away. So if you
a
want to,
total of 8 for me.
yeah, I think you're ahead of us. I'm
Okay. Let's
6.
start with you.
Okay, so I roll 2,
Roll 2d20, survival plus endurance.
right, which is an 8, and I get a 16 and a 6, so that's one
Okay.
success.
All right, so then roll me 2 d6s.
4 and a 3, 0.
4 and a 3. So unfortunately, you don't get any rad scorpion meat off of this. Somebody else want to try and scavenge and strip this?
Sure, if I can, why not?
Yeah,
I think
everybody can do this.
I think me and Hype have actually got exactly the same, thanks to his tankier endurance.
Can I just help Fizz
Oh yeah.
Extra
Probably like-
d20.
come in? Yeah, you put that, you cut it there. Oh, wild.
So I've lost connection to the Roll With Me server for the first time all game,
No.
which is
That's
a novelty.
better than usual.
Yeah, way better than usual.
I'll roll the magenta 15 over right now.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a 6.
Nice. That's one success again.
One success, so roll 2 of those D6s.
3 and a 4.
So unfortunately, you don't get any rad scorpion meat off of it.
Okay.
Cole, are you also trying to scavenge?
Sure.
Okay, then you will roll endurance plus survival.
All right, 7. I got nothing.
Okay. But we will see that, like, with the Pit Boys now, you can kind of shine the light back in this back room. You can see that there are like rad scorpion consumed corpses and detritus and filth out there, but there's also stuff. You can see sealed boxes and stuff back here. So each of you is going to get a roll on the loot table from this as treasure. So you're going to get one thing for the loot table, and then you're going to get something weird. So who wants to start?
I'm ready.
Okay, roll me a d20. We'll figure out what it is that you've type it is that you find.
6.
A 6. So 1, 2. So clothing.
Okay.
You will find intact on one of these bodies. It looks like they got hit in the head. You will find a Brotherhood of Steel uniform.
Alrighty.
Uniform, sadly. Not armor, right? Because for a
I'm
second I was
sure
like,
we can get
wow.
power armor
It does provide some armor, but not great.
Is it sort of like a robe looking thing? Like what kind of does it look like?
I have to look
I
at
don't
the
recall.
picture.
Anybody remember
of,
what it looks like in the game? Or
Yeah, it's I've just encountered them in Fallout 4. It is like a it's kind of like a grey sort of knights kind of like chainmail type looking thing.
okay.
Yeah, let me our upgrades. So just to give you the details on this, Brotherhood of Steel, armor mods. Does it say
Brotherhood of Steel fatigues? Is that what it is?
it is listed as uniform, but I think fatigues is equivalent.
Okay.
Let's see. Do I have it under equipment things?
If I go walking into town wearing this, are people going to react in a weird way?
Yes, they're going to say, "Oh my God, it's a Brotherhood of Steel."
Yeah. Okay. I'll throw it in my pack for now.
Yeah.
Looks like
Well,
it's pretty good.
yeah, I will look up the thing. It is decent armor, is my
Okay.
recollection, but we'll get the numbers for you. You will also find a novelty toothbrush with
Okay.
a little vault boy on the end. It's still in its packaging.
Okay. Pristine.
Blue plastic with yellow brushes, right?
Yes, absolutely. Well, if the bristles weren't yellow, they are now. Derek, let's do you. Roll me a d20.
A 20.
A 20. So that is an oddity valuable. You will find a deluxe toolkit.
Ooh, nice.
That's very nice. Fits with your stuff there.
Yeah, it fits directly with my repair stuff.
And you will find a still in its plastic thing, you will find a monogrammed towel.
What's the monogram on it?
It looks like maybe a red rocket.
Oh, okay.
Like a service station kind of towel there.
Okay, cool.
Fizz, let's have you roll a d20.
Let's hope this goes better than most of my rolls on a d20 table. Ah, of course I rolled a 20. Complication, right? Or is there
No,
a complication
oddity
with it?
valuable.
Oh, wow.
You will find a stim pack diffuser.
Ooh,
We have to look up what that is exactly, but that might be useful to you.
I will look that up since I have the PDF.
And you will find what looks like a sports jersey. Like it looks nice. What team is it that you've never heard of before?
Ooh, I've never heard of what would be the closest thing to a dragon? Because I want to give it to hype, basically. Like I don't want it. Oh, the gecko maybe or something like that. Like
a gecko or the serpents or something like that.
yeah. Let's say it's the Georgia geckos, right? Because we're in an alternate universe, so
okay.
there's no Braves, right? There's a and I'm gonna go. Oh, look at this.
Wow.
I know it's not a tomahawk, but you should have this.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you're the
Fizz.
athlete. You're the, and you lost your tomahawk. I know how much that means to you in the Dragons.
He like slides up to give Fizz a quick hug, and then he's gonna try it on like right as everybody else is like scraping up rad scorpion stuff and hunting around. Oh man, it kind of fits.
It actually covers over your raider armor, so you don't look like a raider
Hey,
anymore.
I don't look like a raider no more. I look pretty nice. This is spiffy.
Let's have you make a d20 roll, Rich.
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll this 20 that is purpley. And it's an 11.
That is an 11. So we skip those. That's that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So above chem, you will find a plasma rifle.
Holy crap. And this is for you.
Long barrel, standard stock.
Nice.
It's got your name written all over it, Fizz.
It looks like there were like a Brotherhood of Steel team must have come out here to try and deal with the problem and got whacked.
Nice. So I had at the start of the game a fusion cell containing 6 + 3 DC shots. I didn't roll for it because I didn't have a gun.
Right.
Should I roll for it now just because I'm obviously going to use it like immediately?
You can roll plus another 2 DC for the shots that come with this.
Oh, sweet. So that would be a total of 5.
5.
Fucking game room's lost connection again. Back to the old bullshit. Sorry. Here we go. Oh no, it rolled, didn't it? So I just couldn't see
you've
it.
got one more die to roll too.
I rolled 5 dice.
I just see 4 that moved.
Oh, I just looking at the because I rolled the one down to the corner, and I just thought I could just read it off the summary line.
Yeah.
It's 1, 2, 3, 6, 5.
So it looks to me like you've got another 5 shots, if I'm reading that right.
Cool. I'll take your word for it because I still can't quite wrap my head around how it generates shots. But sweet, nice. God, this is, like that was the best trade. That was the best like serendipity ever, right? About me giving away a sports jersey and then Hype giving me a plasma rifle. Oh, I found this piece of junk. I don't know if I can, like.
Oh, and
so
Hype. Let's see what you got for your weird thing here. Regenerate that. I think this is appropriate. You will find a 10-pound dumbbell.
Nice. Guys, this is, it's a little light. This is great though. It's gonna take, I need to go look up like how much I can carry around, my carrying capacity.
But
you'll be way off your hench.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big number.
So the 4 of you plus dog meat will gather your things together. You move away from this site in case there would be other rad scorpions returning to the nest. You'll head down the road a ways, probably a night of camping. And I think then the next morning you set off, and I think we do like see the four of you crest a hill, the silhouettes of the four of you plus the dog silhouette beside. And we look down and we can see this ruined, maybe a city, maybe like a complex. It's hard to tell from here. It's all in pieces, but this is rut, and you can see it lying down there before you. Yeah, I'll say that the sports jersey is casual clothing that allows you to re-roll a single D20 on a strength agility test per scene.
Lo, you said rut, but did we go to Newfie or did we go to
Oh,
rut?
sorry, Newfie. I apologize.
Okay.
I was reading the wrong thing. So let me backtrack. In that case, you will come over the crest of the hill and you will see smoke, and you will see Newfie down below. And there are still buildings of the settlement that are intact, but you can also see that there is smoke rolling up, as if an attack occurred in the last day or so. But you can definitely see that there are people moving around, picking things up, moving bodies, and such. And that is where we are going to take up next time, is arriving at Newfie just after an attack. Everybody may level up.
I'm just going to suggest that Hype, leave the jersey on over your Raider armor. They may be a little skittish.
Oh, that was, yeah, absolutely. Not even a question for Hype. Once he realizes I don't look like a scuzzy Raider now, I look like a cool gecko dragon. Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully there are no mutated geckos in the area.
Hopefully.
That's where we're going to stop with that kind of camera work, aiming down. We'll have you level up. We'll check in at the beginning of next time. I'd like to do a quick stars and wishes if you don't mind. So let's start. Jason, you cool starting us out?
Sure. Yeah, it was just a nice, relaxing Sunday morning game. Just a nice culture on the table. Everybody's just relaxed and having a good time together. So that's my star. Wishes. I think I'll just keep it in Lowell's mind that same thing I said last time. I want to see a sporting event at some point. Mechanize it into some dice rolls of some sort. But that's all I got. Thank you.
Sure. I'm sure that we can provide some form of Thunderdome for you in this.
I may not actually be in the sporting event, but I definitely want to see Hype and Fizz doing their thing. Yeah.
I think that's fair. Fizz.
I'll echo Jason's star. I enjoyed getting to use some of the different mechanisms, and as I said in the chat, I'm really loving just like all the little world building around, like not just Vault 44, but kind of like the wider wasteland and everything. Like sports camp was just a throwaway thing, and then as we thought about it more, I was like, oh, that's a really cool idea actually, because maybe there are like team specific ones as well, like different things. Once they think we do this, which actually means a different thing, it'll give us the advantage on the court, kind of stuff. And wishes wise, I got my energy gun, so that was amazingly good fortune. Wishes wise, I would like, in every game, I would like to be a big damn heroes and save people in trouble, help people who are in bad places. And as much as I like playing a shifty bastard, I also like saving people in games. So
I think that is a fair wish. Derek.
Derek was just happy, and Derek's player was happy that he got to actually play Fallout and is actually getting to have dog meat with him. My real life dog meat was even joining in the action for a while there. So I'd say that was a thing. And I just got to say, I really like having Fizz do her little got any jet. I just like that little exchange. As for wishes, yeah, obviously, given the way I designed the character, something that plays to my strengths, non-combat, technical type repair
Okay.
stuff. So, but hey, it was fun anyway. I took out the non-combat guy took out the rad scorpion.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we'll definitely get that, and we'll check in on equipment. We'll look at what the toolkit does for you, and that thing. So
the toolkit reduces the difficulty of repair task by 1.
nice.
And I can attempt tasks that would normally require a workbench at +1 difficulty.
Oh, nice.
I just want to know if my deluxe toolkit and my multi-tool will stack.
I don't think so.
Okay, because the multi-tool does the same thing and also
Oh,
uses repairs.
Well,
Yeah,
it's good stuff to trade, valuable.
right.
Yeah.
And the being able to not have to have a workbench is probably going to come in handy at some point.
Yes. Hype.
Stars to I really like Cole's interactions with, like, maybe you should do this, and it's fun to see him being that sheriff mode that you described, Jason. So that was pretty
kind
cool.
of the straight man with you guys.
Little bit, yeah. It keeps us grounded. I'm trying really hard not to be too silly. If I ever hit that point, please, someone just call me on it, X-card me, send me a private message, whatever you're comfortable with. As a reminder, because Jason and Dennis, I don't think you've heard this, I am the son of a high school principal who was a Marine Corps sergeant, so I can handle constructive feedback pretty well.
I think silly works well, though. I don't mind it at all.
Well, we kind of, in initial, we talked a little bit about the tone of Fallout being just a little goofy. So I'm trying to lean into that.
Yeah.
I just
I
don't
think you're running that line actually really, really well.
Thank you.
Sure.
Cool. Anyway, that's not really a star. I love Fizz. I think if it's not at all clear that Hype has a fascination with Fizz, thinks she's smart and everything he's not, and he likes her and wants to keep her protected and other stuff. So that's a thing. And I like the way you play Fizz. I also like that she's got some darkness that he doesn't. And wishes. Sorry, I'm quickly transitioning to wishes, but I'm excited about them. I want to see Keiko. I am perfectly okay with her having been put at risk or harm, because then there can be that. If that happens, be prepared, Lowell, that there will be a "you got to come back with us" conversation.
Okay.
That big, well, he's not even the big brother; he's the little brother.
Right.
Little brother's going to feel like he needs to have, even though he knows it puts everything at risk. And also, let's see. I thought I had another wish. Dang it! I want some time with Dogme. I want to enjoy this weird creature thing that isn't a mascot. Like, what's he do? He's not a mascot. So there's a little bit of that intrigues me. But that's my stuff.
Awesome.
I was thinking there might be some interaction in the vault when I was out walking him around, but
yeah, we'll play that at the beginning, like after we kind of settle in with the town, figure out what's going on there. Maybe we'll have a chance for you all to catch your breath before you move on to the next leg, and do that. So I think that makes sense.
Cool.
All right, I am going to stop the recording.